Good afternoon. I'm Westchester County Executive Ken Jenkins, and today is January 5th, and this is what you need to know for this week in Westchester, the briefing. As you can hear from my voice, it sounds like there's a lot of things going on with the flu right now. I don't have the flu. But in Westchester County, we're closely tracking flu activity in our facilities and around. Several situations raise concern and have cleared. The vaccination reminds everyone that vaccination remains the most effective way to protect yourself and family. You saw me getting my flu shot, so we know at least I have my flu shot. The flu vaccine helps reduce serious respiratory illness and can help protect the person throughout the entire year. According to the CDC, the flu vaccine has been shown to reduce the risk of having to go to the doctor with flu from by 40% to 60%. Flu shots and COVID-19 vaccines are available for a fee from many area pharmacists and medical offices. The rules have changed, so you just need to check with your provider to make sure. Flu vaccines are available for uninsured and underinsured adults and children covered through the Vaccines for Adults and Vaccines for Children's programs at the Westchester County Department of Health Clinics by appointment. Call 995-5800 weekdays before 4:30 to discuss eligibility. Up next, we're going to hear from a really good friend, the Town of Pound Ridge Supervisor, Kevin Hansen. He's going to give us an update on the town initiatives, local priorities, and ongoing projects across Pound Ridge. We are always pleased to highlight the town's continued partnership with Westchester County and its focus on smart planning and community investment and the things they do around water. You can tell us everything about PFAS now, right? We have some exciting news that'll be coming up shortly about that. With that, let's turn over to our good friend, the Supervisor of Pound Ridge, Kevin Hansen.
Thanks. Thank you so much for that. I'm not going to go too much into that PFAS education today. I'll just touch on it briefly. But, really what I'm here to talk about is that I'm pleased to share some exciting news about the town of Pound Ridge. Our Village Green project, which is a little pop-up park, believe it or not, has been honored this year, or actually last year, with the 2025 Merit Award by the American Society of Landscape Architects in the New York chapter here. This is actually a major statewide recognition, and it puts Pound Ridge on the map for its outstanding public space design. It really is an honor, as they say, just to be mentioned as an awardee in a category such as this, where they have new and so innovative public spaces around New York City and Long Island and other places around New York State. So the Village Green has always been meant to be more than just a little patch of grass. It was designed to be really a true gathering space, a central hub that we wanted to put in the middle of our business district that we call Scott's Corners. We wanted it to be a spark for our community life down there, and it's really become that. The site of the Village Green was a rundown, for those of you who don't know, a rundown former gas station. It was an eyesore. It was right in the middle of our business district. About 7-8 years ago, the town took possession of it. We studied multiple uses for it. And the idea of a community spot quickly started taking shape, particularly with the fact that the land itself required well water and septic and those challenges that you need. And so, it just didn't look like that there was going to be much use that was going to be. And so we looked at trying to sell it, and it just wasn't out there. At the end of the day, we figured, well, if nothing else, we'll just make a parking lot out of it. And then after doing some basic remediation, one of the Pound Ridge residents came to us, who became a benefactor. And with his assistance, we were able to fund and develop some base funds to build out this vision. And now, and I know the county executive has been there, the Village Green has definitely turned into one of the most cherished spots in our town. From concerts to outdoor dining to holiday celebrations and informal meetups. So this award recognizes not only the great landscape architectural design, but its impact it's already having on the residents in our downtown and our local businesses. The jury for this award called it the catalyst for the community. And if you've ever been there on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon or during one of our events, you can see that that's really true. So I want to recognize Louis Fusco and Louis Fusco Landscape Architects, the design team behind our Village Green. Their vision, creativity, and attention to detail helped transform really an underused and eyesore into a place that truly is bringing Pound Ridge and Pound Ridge residents together. I want to thank all our community partners, the Pound Ridge Partnership, our volunteers, our local businesses, and the residents whose donations supported this project from day one. It was their collective belief in revitalizing our downtown is what helped make this possible. So this recognition reinforces what we've been working toward for years, which was try to really create a true town center atmosphere, reinforcing the small town charm while supporting local business and its vitality. Try to strengthen the pedestrian experience along Westchester Avenue and within Scotts Corners, and provide a year-round venue for gatherings that bring residents together and support residents of all age groups. And more importantly, we also wanted to show the town itself support and commitment to our small businesses. So this demonstrates the value that the town brings when it really focuses on investing in public spaces, and that's why we're so excited about this award. So right now, we're looking forward to building on this momentum. We continue to try to bring more improvements to our business district. As County Executive mentioned, our latest is to try to bring new clean drinking water into the business district. We're the only business district still left in Westchester County that still operates on individual well and septics. So we're in the process now of working with the state of Connecticut to bring fresh water in from Connecticut into New York and into our Scotts Corners district. And the Village Green is the beginning of what started to make all this really happen and make this happen. So I just want to thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to tell you about Pound Ridge. And again, congratulate my Pound Ridge residents for making this happen.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you so much. That is our supervisor of the town of Pound Ridge, Kevin Hansen. He's also a really good Westchester Knicks fan. You never know when you're going to see him in the county center with his family to be able to cheer on the Westchester Knicks. But more importantly, we're cheering for him up in Pound Ridge. A lot of times for folks to get to Pound Ridge, it's easier to go through Connecticut and come back in to do that. And he's also home to the Westchester County's largest single park, which is Ward Pound Ridge. And one day he'll tell you that whole story, but when he was talking about Village Green and his vision and the team's vision to get to that particular point, forgetting about the award, you have to have individuals with vision, and Supervisor Hansen and his entire team that's up there in the town of Pound Ridge was able to take what was an old gas station and turn it into something much, much better for everyone with the Pound Ridge Partnership. And yes, he is right. I've been up there a few times and looking forward to getting up there again. So again, thank you so much, Supervisor Hansen, for the work that you continue to do. And we know we're going to have him back down again when we're talking about PFAS. We actually just got an award. We actually just got a grant to do some interesting things down there. So that's a surprise to him. He didn't even know about that. And I know that we're going to look forward to working with him and his county legislator, Erica Lang Pierce, on some things that are happening. So again, great to see you, Kevin. Have a wonderful day. All right. Up next, we're going to have some interesting and a really great opportunity to have some discussion today on science, technology, education, and math. It's a great STEM program, but it is so much more than that. We're going to be joined in just a moment by the Westchester County Director of Economic Development, Bridget Gibbons, and the STEM Alliance President, Meg Quafer. The two are here to highlight findings from the Camion's recent economic impact study of the Connect Westchester program and mark the milestone of the program's 500th completed cohort. So with that, Bridget Gibbons, our Director of Economic Development, Meg Quafer, come on over, turn it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, County Executive. Westchester County is committed to making smart investments that deliver real results for our residents. The independent analysis of our Connect Westchester Digital Equity Program confirms that this approach is working. Connect Westchester is Westchester County's county-wide digital equity initiative designed to close the digital divide by providing residents with access to devices, affordable internet, and digital skills training. Delivered in partnership with the STEM Alliance and also the Westchester County Association, the program helps residents fully participate in today's economy, healthcare system, education, and civic life. Camoin Associates is a national economic development consulting firm that provides economic and fiscal impact studies for projects and policies. Their new study of the Connect Westchester program shows that our investment in digital equity is generating strong return for the county, delivering more than $4 million in benefit, economic value from a $1.5 million investment, and the returns keep increasing with each year as we expand the program. The analysis shows that measurable benefits from increased household income and reduced healthcare costs through telehealth to real savings for families who would otherwise be left behind in the digital economy. And we're happy to reflect on the fact that Connect Westchester reached a major milestone this year with the completion of its 500th cohort. Connect Westchester is about opportunity, economic mobility, and resilience. By partnering with the STEM Alliance, we are proving that digital equity is not just the right thing to do, it is a smart economic development strategy that strengthens Westchester as a whole. Now I'll turn it over to Meg, who will say a few words.
Hi. Thank you so much. I want to thank County Executive Jenkins and Bridget Gibbons, our Director of Economic Development, for your leadership and for Westchester County's unwavering commitment to making sure that every resident has access to digital skills and tools in today's economy. I'm excited to be a part of the release of this Camoin report, citing the tremendous economic benefits of Connect Westchester. Most importantly, I also want to recognize our participants, those people who come forward and look for help and raise their hand saying, I really could use help to engage in today's digital world. We're really here to celebrate something that is both rare and powerful, proof that doing the right thing for people is also the smart economic decision for our county. The independent Camoin Associates benefit to cost analysis confirms what our communities have long told us. Connect Westchester works, and it delivers real economic dividends for Westchester County. Let me start with what Connect Westchester is. It's a county-wide digital navigator program led by the STEM Alliance in partnership with Westchester County Association and dozens of local nonprofits. We meet residents where they are through these nonprofits, and we help them with 3 essential items: devices to own, basic skills, and assistance registering for free or affordable internet. This is not about luxury. This is about access to jobs, healthcare, education, and daily life in a digital world. The need is urgent. Among our participants, 88% need a dedicated device for individual use. 58% have no computer in their home, and nearly 3/4 struggle with basic digital skills. Now, here's what today's announcement makes so clear and important for us. Between 2023 and 2025, Westchester County invested over $1.5 million in Connect Westchester. According to Camoin Associates, that investment generated $4.16 million in total economic value, a $4 and $16 return for every $1 invested over the first 3 years. That return comes from very real, very practical outcomes of investments that provide these devices, skills, and internet assistance to almost 1,400 families and individuals. This is how those investments brought real economic returns. When a resident can see a doctor online, they miss fewer days of work. When they can search for jobs, take classes, or build skills, then they earn higher salaries. And when they can shop online, they can save on prescriptions, household goods, and other essential services. This is digital equity as economic strategy. And it matters because our local report tells us, our local jobs reports tells us 2 other things at the same time. Employers need digitally skilled workers, and job seekers are looking for higher level tech skills. Connect Westchester is the platform that meets both sides of that equation. But as powerful as the data is, this work is always about more than numbers. One participant, Milton, shared that his computer classes now allow him to manage bills, make appointments, shop safely online, and help his children with homework. Another resident told us, quote, "Taking this computer class changed my life for the better." These are not abstract outcomes. These are Westchester residents across over 78% of our municipalities, building stability, confidence, and opportunity. Thank you so much, County Executive Jenkins. We are really looking forward to the continued work to strengthen our regional economy, workforce, and long-term resilience. Thanks so much, Ken.
Oh, it's okay. That was Meg Quafer, who again is our STEM Alliance president, and again our Director of Economic Development, Bridget Gibbons, talking about the Cayman report and that impact for Westchester. Everyone's not fortunate enough to have grandchildren at home to help them navigate through the things that happen. So STEM Alliance's work continues to do that. And again, we want to make sure to shout out also not just the County Association, with the partnership between STEM Alliance and the County Association and those 12 or 14 agencies, that nonprofit agencies that do that. We also have to say a shout out to our friends at the state legislature, because if not, I couldn't go up to Rye and see our good friend Steve Otis, who has been a leader in that. Our retired legislator, Catherine Parker, who just recently completed her term, and State Senator Shelley Mayer, who is basically in that same area. But there's so many partnerships. It's wonderful to see everything and everyone working together, especially when it has the economic impact that it has. So again, that is especially very good to hear that information. It's always good to have validation of what you thought. So congratulations on the 500th completed cohort and the over 1,000 families that have been served. So thank you so much for everything that you continue to do in STEM Alliance, and certainly our leader of economic development, Bridget Gibbons. With that, yesterday, Sunday, January 4th, at 5 a.m. in the morning, I know some of you may have been sleeping, I know I was as well, Westchester County Beeline System officially adopted Omni, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority's MTA contactless fare payment system, offering riders a more convenient and flexible way to pay. This is a significant step in moving forward in modernizing the region's public transportation system, improving the overall passenger experience. Omni is now available across all the Beeline buses, making it easier for riders to tap and go using credit cards, smartphones, smartwatches, or Omni card. Certainly those folks went to STEM Alliance to be able to connect Westchester to understand how to use those a little bit better. We know we deserve a transportation system that reflects how people live and travel today. And starting today, there are also fare adjustments for the Beeline bus systems. Those increases align with the Beeline fares with the MTA's fares in New York City. That allows us, by that alignment, to have those 7-day Omni fare cap, which means you have to use the same device 7 days, and then there's a cap on the amount of fare that you are charged because of that. And in addition to that, you also have senior discounts and other discounts available. You can continue to use cash in Beeline buses, also your Metro cards until the end of this month, and until the card, as long as the card's not expired. I had a couple of expired cards that I couldn't use, but Metro card sales have officially ended and can no longer be reloaded. To support this transition, passenger can transfer any remaining balances to an Omni card at the Omni sales van, or they can go to the county center and do that at the county center as well. The mobile service, formerly known as the Metro card van, which is now the Omni van, provides convenient in-person assistance for those riders who need help switching to the new system. In addition to Omni, you can also continue to pay with coins on Beeline buses. So we're going to keep doing that. And while there's some folks from an old movie with Charles Bronson that look for the quarters in the sock, but reality is that the quarters is what you need right now. Commissioner Grecian and our folks in the Department of Public Works and Transportation tell us that they are working on the bill collector, so we don't have to have quarters anymore. So we're looking forward to seeing that. For more information about Omni and the rollout here in Westchester County, visit westchestergov.com/Beeline bus or call the Beeline customer service line at 914-813-7777. With that, we have some additional exciting news. Starting this week, in the beginning of the new year, 2026, Westchester County is expanding how residents to access the county news with the launch of This Week in Westchester, the podcast. So if you couldn't get enough of us online, whether it's on a website or on our YouTube sites or the various other social media sites, we now have a podcast that you can listen to in the car, right? So just because you can have enough time to listen to all of us and get all this great information, the podcast is going to be awesome. It's going to deliver a weekly, easy to consume audio version of this briefing, bringing county news, policy updates, and community highlights directly to residents wherever they are. They're going to stream weekly on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, making county information more accessible to those busy residents who prefer to listen on the go. This new structure allows us to meet people where they are, whether they want to watch and listen, or where they shouldn't be watching, they should be listening. That's in the car while you're driving on a podcast. This is about transparency, accessibility, and making sure residents have clear, consistent information every week. So for those podcasters out there, take a listen. With that, we're going to ask our friend Richard Wishney, the Deputy County Executive, to come up and tell us everything's happening in our park system.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. And once again, our nationally accredited award-winning park system presents many wonderful programs during the week and on the weekends. And coming up on Friday, January 9th and Saturday, January 10th, from 7 to 9 p.m., you can enjoy the Westchester Knicks once again. They're going to be playing the Stockton Kings on both evenings, and hopefully we'll get another win for the Westchester Knicks. And of course, that game is played at the Westchester County Center. On Saturday, January 10th, from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., at Croton Point Park, we're going to have an Eagle Walk. And our expert, Charlie Roberto, will take us on a guided walk searching for eagles and other raptors. They will meet at the Echo Boat Launch at Croton Point or Croton Harmon Station lot. And on Saturday, January 10th, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., at the Cranberry Lake Preserve in North White Plains, you can join us for a nature center to create miniature fairy houses using natural forage materials. And again, that will be from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And last but not least, on Sunday, January 11th, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., the New York Metro Reptile Expo will be held at the Westchester County Center. You can check out over 250 vendor tables full of reptiles, amphibians, invertebrates, supplies, and more. You don't want to miss this. And you can buy tickets the day of the show at the door. Adults 13 and up are $12. Children are from 7 to 12 years are $6. And those under 6 years are free. And Mr. County Executive, those are the events that we'd like to highlight today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Deputy County Executive. That was Richard Wishney letting us know the things that are happening. And that was This Week in Westchester. As I officially begin a new term following the inauguration on January 1st, it's important to start the year fresh, focusing on the health, safety, and everyday needs of Westchester residents. Today, we addressed the ongoing and growing concerns around the flu and shared that the county continues to closely monitor the activity in facilities. Health officials emphasize that vaccination remains the most effective way to protect yourself, your family, and your community. So please, if you haven't, make sure to get your flu shot. In our community spotlight, we had our supervisor from the town of Pound Ridge, Kevin Hansen, join with us to share important updates on what's happening in the town, local priorities, and ongoing projects around and across Pound Ridge, highlighting the strong partnership that helps continue to move our communities forward. Every time we go around to those 26 towns that we have in Westchester County, one of the 45 different municipalities, we understand while everyone has their own little flavor in their various towns and hamlets and villages and cities, at the end of the day, there's so much similarities between them. It is so exciting to see what happens here in our great Westchester County to move things forward. Under policy and discussions, we had our Westchester County Director of Economic Development, Bridget Gibbons, and the STEM Alliance President, Meg Quafer, Margaret Quafer, discussed the findings from the recent economic impact study of the Connect Westchester program and celebrating an exciting milestone, the completion of the 500th cohort of the program. And then we also made sure to remind people about the new system improvements on the Omni system, on the B-line. The riders can now use that contactless payment system across the board. New York City got out, the Metro cards are a memory now. There's no more sales of them, but I know I saw some people out there purchasing Metro cards so that they could have them as mementos as things move forward. And finally, we launched this week in Westchester the podcast, expanding how residents can stay informed with a weekly, easy to access audio update available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe. It's all part of our continuing commitment to transparency, accessibility, and meeting people where they are. And that's this week in Westchester. I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins. Have a wonderful year and a fantastic 2026.